What is love? Do 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 do. What is love? Do 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 do. What is love? Do 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 do. What is love? What is love? What is love? What is love? Hello. Welcome to The Love Show. I'm Merlin Malilly. Today's Love Show asks, is love the answer? Douglas Adams talks a bit about the answer in A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Don't panic is printed upon its cover. Perhaps that's the answer. Douglas Adams says in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, not to be a spoiler or anything, but you should have seen it by now. Douglas Adams says 42 is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. He has a supercomputer in the story called Deep Thought that was created to calculate the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And the supercomputer Deep Thought tells her creators to come back in 7.5 million years, and she will give them the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. And they do come back 7.5 million years later, and she says that the answer is 42. And it's sort of uneventful because none of them really understand it. And she says it would have been simpler to have known the question first. Only when you know the question will you know what the answer means. So if love is the answer, what is the question? Are there 42 different ways to love? At least I would say. We found love to be, so far, in our adventures in the Love Show, we found love to be time, forgiveness, self-love, God, music, Mother Teresa, the Virgin Mary, Mother Earth, the sacred feminine, understanding, and the key. If it is also the answer, then that's 12 things. There certainly could be 30 more things in the world that are also love. Though you could probably put all of the sacred feminine, all of the sacred women rather, into the category of sacred feminine. Excuse me. So then that would leave 34 more things that are love. But that is certainly possible too. Ma'at is an ancient Egyptian goddess who supposedly will judge us all in the afterlife. The Greeks even believed that she would judge them and they would get these lists of these 42 confessions, and they would have books of the dead made for them so that they their spirit could travel in the afterlife. And it was kind of a fad, I guess, for the Greeks to do it, but many other cultures look to Ma'at and believe that Ma'at will be their ultimate judge. and maybe she will be. But she's an ancient Egyptian goddess, and she has 42 laws. There's a list of 42 negative confessions to Ma'at. And one is supposed to be able to recite these confessions upon one's death to Ma'at. And in order to continue on into the afterlife. I'm going to go ahead and list them. Now, these have been translated by a few different people, and I guess this is mostly Budge's translation, which I guess is sort of backwards according to the Egyptians. So, bear with it, but this is the gist of it. I have not been evil. I have not been robbed, or I have not robbed anyone violently. I have not robbed. I have not slain any men or women. I have not stolen food. I have not swindled offerings. I have not stolen from gods or goddesses. I have not told lies. I have not carried away food. I have not cursed. And I do believe here they really mean cursed. They don't mean dropping the F-bomb. They mean cursed. These are the ancient Egyptians we're talking about. I have not closed my ears to the truth. I have not committed adultery. I have not made anyone cry. I thought that was an interesting one. The world would surely be a better place if this was something we cared about more, making someone cry. I have not felt sorrow without reason. I've not felt sorrow over-exaggerated or for devious reasons. I think this would cover, I have not cried for devious reasons. I know sometimes women will cry if they've got pulled over to try to get out of a ticket. It's not exactly honest if you're just making the tears come because you're trying to get out of a ticket. I think that's kind of what they mean in those instances. I'm not sure, that's my own interpretation. I have not assaulted anyone. I am not deceitful. I have not stolen anyone's land. I have not been an eavesdropper. I have not falsely accused anyone. I have not been angry without reason. I have not seduced anyone's spouse. I have not polluted myself. I have not terrorized anyone. I have not disobeyed the laws of nature. I have not been exclusively angry. I have not cursed gods or goddesses. I have not been violent. I have not caused the disruption of peace. I have not acted hastily or without thought. I have not overstepped my boundaries of concern. I have not exaggerated my words when speaking. I have not worked evil. I have not used evil thoughts, words, or deeds. I have not polluted the water. I have not spoken angrily or arrogantly. I have not cursed anyone in thought, word, or deed. And yes, here again, I think they mean cursed. I have not placed myself on a pedestal. I have not stolen what belongs to gods or goddesses. I have not stolen from or disrespected the deceased. I have not taken food from a child. I have not acted with insolence. I have not destroyed property belonging to a god or a goddess. Now, the ancient Egyptians built many big stone temples and things to their gods and goddesses, and they would leave offerings to them, and often there was a chamber beneath the temple where people learned, the pharaohs actually, not people, the pharaohs were trained in these temples, and they were trained by all these stone things that told them all these stories, these carvings, and carved it into stone. It was very important to them, excuse me, to leave things for themselves and for the gods and the goddesses in their afterlife and their ancestors' afterlife. So, like, if your father died, you'd want to make sure no one messed with his offerings. So that's what they mean by swindling offerings. Those are for him, for in the afterlife. So if anyone bothered his offerings, he wouldn't have them to go into the afterlife. They even put coins on their eyes because it cost $2 or 2 coins to pay the ferryman to take your soul across to get to Ma'at. So, the ancient Egyptians really were quite astute. And I believe these laws, I mean, not one of them is selfish or greedy or negative. They're all very rooted in love. All 42 of them are about love, really. Which is why I discussed them. And the 42 connection, I thought it was interesting. I don't really believe in coincidence, so I thought maybe there are 42 different ways to love, and that's 42 different ways to love, I would say. Mm-hmm. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, however, has this to say on love: avoid, if at all possible. But I think that's just to be funny. And probably referring more to sex than love. As we've discovered in our Is Love Hormonal episode, love is not sex. Here at the Love Show, love is not sex. We've established that. But Ma'at's 42 lessons, they really seem to be steeped in love, as most religions are. Most religions are all about love. The Christian Scientists call their God love. I know I've said that before. I'm not a Christian Scientist. I just thought that was really interesting. And, it's the name of our show, and their God, and I like it. And my God, too, actually, because I'm an earth worshiper, and we proved that earth is love. So if earth is love, then my God is love, too. It's just in a different form. Most religions are all about love. And you cannot have any of them without love, really. In our necessity episode last season, we found that humans do indeed need love. to survive. That as a baby, if someone does not love the baby does not grow properly. David R. Hamilton, PhD, stated, for every 3 months, a child loses an average of 1 month of growth. For every 3 months the child doesn't get love, the child will lose an average of 1 month of growth. So lack of love actually makes a child lose growth. A baby, an infant, will lose growth if it's not loved. So yes, we determined that we humans need love to survive. You certainly would need love to get through the 42 confessions to Ma'at, or even the 10 Commandments. It does seem to be the answer to everything. Is it the question to everything, too? Is there love in it? Is it love? Are you being loving? Are you love? Alas, more love shows. As of today, I would say yes. Love is the answer. And if love is the answer, and if love is the question, and 42 is the answer, I'd say Ma'at's 42 confessions would hold love as the key to them. How do you hold up in Ma'at's confessions? I have trouble still with a couple of them. But mostly, I can say yes. I have not done these things. But luckily, these were a daily practice for the ancient Egyptians. So this was something you would say before you went to bed, like your prayers every night, basically discussing your day with Ma'at. I have not done these things today. So, in that light, I'm doing very well and could totally go with Ma'at today. I have not done any of those things today. So I could pass into the afterlife today. We'll see about tomorrow. I should continue into my better spiral. So that's good. I think the love show is bringing more love into my life. I hope it's bringing more love into your life, your lives. So we have determined today that love is the answer. If you have a problem, especially, and you need a solution, love is the answer. No matter what the problem, love is the answer. So today I wore my Eiffel Tower watch to remind me. I got it in Paris when I went on my honeymoon to my husband to Paris in 2005. I wanted to talk a little bit about the pathway to Paris, and that I think love is the answer to the pathway to Paris. And I wanted to give a little shout out to any of the Pathway to Paris folks. If you'd like to come and be on the Love Show, we would love to have you, and we would love to demonstrate how we think love is the answer. So hopefully that's many more love shows. but love is the answer. And thanks for watching. I love you. Get out there and love. Love is the answer. What is love? It's the answer. What is love? 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 Thanks for watching.